What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Southeast Asian Dota 1 match. Yes, I know it's only been a couple of days since I said, alright, I'm going to stop bringing you some replays, but they have been in high demand, and there have been tournaments coming up recently. Just this past weekend, we had the MSI Overdrive featuring a lot of Filipinos' top teams, including a lot of upstart teams. So it's definitely been a very interesting scene in the Dota 1 scene, but I will still continue to bring you Dota 2 replays and Dota 1 replays as I see them come in and if I find them interesting enough. And right now, this is a very interesting match. We have Pacific.Badburn on the Sentinel versus ApplePark on the Scourge. Now, ApplePark pretty much came out of nowhere, but they made quite a splash in this tournament. So we can see how the GEST June champions Pacific.Badburn shape up. And keep in mind, GEST July is just happening in 1 week, so keep your eyes out for that. All I ask of you all is, if I keep bringing you Dota 1 replays, just to keep supporting me by subscribing and spreading the word, because I think I'm the only one who keeps bringing you Dota 1 replays besides Gods. Shout out to Gods. I know Luminous has put up one game on his channel recently, but still, I think I'm the only one who consistently puts it up for DCCOM. So all I ask is just for you to keep supporting me by subscribing and spreading the word, so showing everybody that, hey, there's another guy out there who still commentates Dota 1 as well as Dota 2. That's all I ask. Not too much. At least in my honest opinion. Alright, enough of me jibber-jabbering. Let's get on to the match. Just analyzing. This is an all-pick remake, and unfortunately there are no observer slots, so I'll have to manually click through the farm. It's going to be a little bit annoying, but hopefully as we approach the later rounds of the matches, there will be an observer slot for me to, well, you know, observe. Dang, what else can you use observer slot for? Nobody knows. Anyway, just judging by the lineups, we have Ancient Apparition being played by Don on Badburn, Rubik being played by CHN, Firan is being played by Inma, Tane. I haven't remembered who Tane or Tane is, but he's playing the Queen of Pain, and we have Biabas playing the Morphling. Meanwhile, on ApplePark, we have KMS playing the Earthshaker, LORKZ playing the Shadow Fiend, Agent Y, ooh, sounds badass, playing the Lion, PSS, or Psst, shh, gonna tell you a secret, I'm gonna kill you. That's what he's gonna plan to do with this Nessage pick. And we have Cow playing the Puck. So unfortunately, this was a Captain's Mode remake of a game. I think this was a LAN tournament, but it might have been an online tournament. You can let me know in the comments to let me know, okay, what was this tournament actually about? And this is an AP remake. I know that the MSI Overdrive was pretty successful, and we had definitely some interesting teams duke it out in the finals. But if you keep if you keep supporting me and spreading out that, hey, spreading out the gospel of B1, then I'll bring you the finals as well as GST July replays as I come into fit. Although I might not post every match on DCCOM, just because I think I'm pretty much spamming the front page with all the commentators I'm uploading recently. But okay, we can just guess some of the bands. Panda probably was banned. Earthshaker? Where are you at, Earthshaker? Earthshaker, are you on the Scourge? Yes, you are on the Scourge. So he's not being paired with his BFF, Ancient Apparition. Dragonite probably was a ban. Lycanthrope, Templar Assassin, Naga Siren. We can guess some of the bans. So what does Badburn want to accomplish with this lineup? Well, they are going to try to go with a lot more global lineup, with a lot more ganking. Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast, Fear, and teleporting in across the lane. They have a very mobile lineup that can kill from all across the map, with the Queen of Pain and the Morphling just being able to replicate in and get a lot of burst damage. Meanwhile, what does Scourge want to do? Well, they're going to protect the Shadow Fiend, first and foremost. If you don't protect the Shadow Fiend, he's going to suck. That's just what it's going to come down to. He needs so much farm, and if he dies a lot, then all of that farm will be put to not very effective use. So they're going to protect their Shadow Fiend, and they have a lot of long-range initiation as well with a healthy mix of ganks. So their lineup is pretty much all purposes at this point. Earthshaker with that long-range Fissure, Chaos Knight with the Reality Rift and the Chaos Belt. Hopefully they'll be able to farm up the Chaos Knight more than usual, because one of the criticisms I often say about Chaos Knight is he's picked a lot, but he just doesn't win. That poor guy, he just doesn't win. He's like some of the old 90s basketball teams up against the Michael Jordan onslaught, like Karl Malone, John Stockton, or Charles Barkley. He's a good player, but he just doesn't win, poor guy. But hopefully Chaos Knight will be able to put on a different performance in this game, and we can just guess some of the lanes. I expect Shadow Fiend to solo it up with Earthshaker helping him out until Shadow Fiend hits level 2 or level 3, where he'll be able to take care of himself in lane. Lion, Chaos Knight dueling with Earthshaker roaming up to help them, and Puck soloing the bottom lane. Meanwhile, we can guess that there will be an Ancient Apparition Rubik, Morphling tri-lane with the Furion soloing mid and Queen of Pain soloing the top lane. So let's get into the game. Of course, we see the standard double courier upgrading by Badburn, or double courier picked up by Badburn. And yep, we see the Lion also picks up a second courier. So unfortunately, there is no observer slot, so you'll just have to excuse my clumsiness as I try to maneuver through all the players' names, check out all the farms and all of that. But still, gotta work with what you got. Anyway, Biabas, very, very competent carry player. Definitely farms a lot better than some of the Pinoy carries I've seen recently. And hopefully he'll be able to continue to farm because a lot of their hope rests in the Morphling. If this does go late, I'm not really sure who this will call for. I think it might just go to Badburn just because they have a lot more mobility that can push lanes more easily with the Fury and the Morphling. But you can't underestimate the late game powers of ApplePark. They have the Lion with a lot of blinking disabled for the Morphling. They have the Chaos Knight who scales extremely well. They have the Nevermore who scales reasonably well. Better than she would have you believe. There have been many games where I've just seen Shadow Fiend, if he gets off to a good start, just completely own it up and carry the game even past the 60-minute mark. So that's definitely a possibility in this game. As you see, a ward being dropped just by, who is this? I think it was by the Sentinel because I'm on Sentinel vision. So it'll block off this creep pull, preventing Lion to get some pulls off. But if Earthshaker does a dual line roam as Fury is just spamming teleport and stop canceling it like an annoying douche. Always keeping my eye on the minimap. I know what you're up to, Furion. I know what you're doing. You're trying to troll me, bro. Well, little do you know, I control myself perfectly fine. Meanwhile, Puck is going to be handling himself on the bottom lane against this Morphling Ancient Apparition dual lane. Meanwhile, Puck is trying to harass the Morphling. Morphling, of course, has pretty low armor, but Puck has to just get the heck out of there, and he's able to illusory orb, but Morphling is going to chase. He misses the waveform. Did he pick up a rune? He doesn't have the haste rune, so Puck is in a latch. All Puck is definitely going to die to the first blood unless he can get escape into tower range. Does the illusory orb have a cooldown? Yes, he's going to be able to escape. Just barely. Already a lot of action early on. And fortunately for Morphling, he did not have to use too much more mana. I think if he had waveform, he might have been able to catch up the Puck, but illusory orb, 1300 speed, I guess the proper term is. I was going to see Rubik helping out the Queen of Pain in this dual lane, so they really want to put a lot of attention on shutting down the Shadow Fiend. No, Queen of Pain is in fact roaming to the top lane. So Rubik is going to solo mid rather than we see the standard support Rubik. We're going to see a solo mid Rubik, a very interesting build. Even in the European scene, Rubik is played as a primary dual lane or tri-lane support, mostly as a dual lane support because Europeans lane much differently than the Southeast Asians Dota 1. Meanwhile, Furin is just going to teleport to the top of the cliff and start juggling it up, get pretty much absolutely free farm, albeit he's farming at a much slower pace, and he's not going to get too much experience very, very quickly. Not as much as he would in the lane. But I think Ruby can handle himself much more ably against the Shadow Fiend. He has a Fade Bolt to reduce some of the Shadow Fiend's damage, as well as taking away a lot of his precious HP pool. Meanwhile, in order for Fear and arrest, he has to sort of get up in personal. He has to trap him in a Sprout, and Shadow Fiend can just trade hits once he gets up to a certain level. So I can respect what Badburn is doing in here. Meanwhile, Ancient Apparition just going to drive away the Puck as mass pings are being dropped left and right. Looks like Ancient Apparition is going to circle around for a bank on Cal, who does have full mana after he went back to the fountain. Will their Cold Feet be dropped? No, he's just stopped canceling. He finally drops the Cold Feet, and now Puck will just have to get the heck out of there. Cast the Illusory Orb, but looks like in the middle of that, there was a gank on the mid lane. Inma managed to teleport in with the Rubik and got a kill on the Shadow Fiend. Unfortunately, Earthshaker was not roaming very effectively. He was constantly staying around here, which is a very odd place to be when you're an Earthshaker protecting a Shadow Fiend. I mean, come on, that's your job. You gotta do your job right. Meanwhile, Furin with a nice map awareness has the level 2 Citrian, so now he can start showing a bit more effectively. So nice gank early on by Badburn, shutting down the Shadow Fiend. But still, this is a long game, and as long as Shadow Fiend doesn't die like 3 times in the first 15 minutes, he should be okay in terms of getting his farm and getting a relatively quick BKB. But it'll be interesting to see if the Shadow Fiend goes for Lothars as much as heroes like Dragon Knight and Kunkka do in the Filipino scene, or will he go for a Blink BKB? Probably the Lothar's Edge BKB, but still, anything is possible. And then, while this top lane is Lion CK just getting absolutely uninterrupted free farm, as Queen of Pain has just completely said, "Peace guys, I'm just going to farm in these woods." We often see this in the Filipino scene, but we'll see if Chaos Knight can actually last hit and make the Badburn squad regret this. But so far, I think ApplePark are in okay shape. Puck isn't dying, he's getting harassed a bit. They're trading Morphling farm for a farm on CK, getting Lion some experience. But Shadow Fiend has died, so it's too early to call any sort of indication on how this game will go, as the bottles are delivered, and they're going to start the gank off no talisman being picked up early on for Rubik for the intelligence, and maybe he'll build until the game die, and probably just for the intelligence and the bigger mana pool. And now you can see Earthshaker just being Shadow Fiend's BFF, just constantly keeping a close eye on the Shadow Fiend, because you never know when that Fury is going to teleport in with a gank. Does Shadow Fiend have any tangos he does not? So if he gets caught in the Sprout, he's pretty much done. Meanwhile, Morphling is just going to keep farming up on the bottom lane against Buck. Unfortunately, I can't check the CS. Alas, woe is me. But Morphling has picked up boot speed and the Ring of Basilius. He's turned on the aura, so it looks like there's going to be a bit of pushing going on. And what will Puck be able to do? Puck is level 3, so H-Snapper is not keeping him as far back as he'd like to. Level 3 at 4 minutes in is pretty solid for a Puck. But consider that this isn't a trial lane, this is just a dual lane. And Queen of Pain is pretty much having a miserable time. And recently we've seen Queen of Pain's having more and more trouble. I mean, we saw Demon's Queen of Pain get shut down in the early game. And he did have significant mid to late game impact. But in the last Southeast Asian Dota 1 match I casted, Queen of Pain, if it wasn't banned, was picked up, and then she just didn't really have an impact because she was just shut down so hard. We see the waveform being dodged nicely by the Puck Shade Shift, and it looks like the Cold Feet does not tick in. Meanwhile, Earthshaker traps off the Morphling as LRKZ does die in exchange. Morphling, he does have enough mana to get the waveform out of there. Why is it whenever there's action, it looks like Morphling is just going to dodge the Illusionary Orb, and he's going to try to run the heck away, but he doesn't have enough mana to get the waveform off. Or the morph off. Meanwhile, Brown's going to teleport in. Now he's starting to morph into strength, but it might be too little too late. But unfortunately for the Lion, the tower is not hitting this morphling. He finally picks up the last hit, and looks like Ancient Apparition might be set upon by this roaming Earthshaker. Will he cancel the clarity? He's not. He's going to try to get the kill on the Puck. That might have been a mistake, and Earthshaker will have enough mana, but no. I guess you want to do as much damage as possible because the Lion does have enough mana. Will he pick up the last hit after that nice teleport gank? Yes, he does. Double kill being picked up by Lion. It's just like the perfect dream for him at this moment. Pick up Teleport Scroll, let CK free farm it up because Queen of Pain is so underleveled at this point in the game. And just going to be able to pick up 2 kills, going to be able to pick up Boots of Speed, Bottle, whatever his heart's desire. And if he gets a Blink Dagger before Morphling picks up any sort of Lincoln Sphere or anything like that, then Morphling is going to be in a lot of trouble, or even Queen of Pain. Before these heroes pick up Blink Dagger, they're extremely susceptible to Lion ganks. So I'm liking what ApplePark is doing with their picks. Lion, of course, a very versatile hero who we don't see nearly enough against hard mobile carries like Morphling and Weaver, in my honest opinion. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend has died twice. His telekinesis is going to be casted. Fearon teleport in, but Shadow Fiend had the map awareness this time just to stay the heck back, and Lion is there for the support. Unfortunately, Earthshaker roamed to the top lane during that gate to get a kill on Morphling. So he traded Shadow Fiend for a double kill for the Lion on Morphling and on the Ancient Apparition. So I think that was worth it, but still Shadow Fiend 0-2 at this point, picked up a very early bracer, and this is just such a clear indication that this Shadow Fiend is just scared. He is going to run for his life because he just needs as much survivability as possible. I'd really like for him to pick up some tangos just so he can escape the fear on Sprout, and of course in a little bit of regen, only 90 gold will keep you alive if you know, are in a lot of trouble against that Sprout. Meanwhile, Morphling not faring the best anymore, but still we see a teleport gank coming in from the top lane. Looks like Chaos Knight is going to get cold feet. No, the teleport was cancelled by Inma. So I guess they call off the gank noticing that, hey, Lion is there. And we saw a pull, so we'll just chill back and try to get our ganks off. But right now you can see Queen of Pain level 3. 6 minutes in, just having a miserable time. Chaos Knight was able to get a solo kill against this Queen of Pain, and now he gets a 4 second stun. Lion is going to come in, and looks like Ancient Apparition is just going to do some physical harass. Looks like Voodoo is dropped, and Lai picks up another kill, and Ancient Apparition might be next. Oh no, this Lion Earthshaker Genki is just proving to be so very effective. Reality Rift is casted. Looks like Chaos Knight will get cold feet in. Will Ancient Apparition escape? Earthshaker does have enough mana to drop Visitor, so this will just be a waste of time for everybody. But still, the more time Ancient Apparition wastes, the more time the other team isn't farming. Meanwhile, Furion's going to teleport in, going to try to get Giga off the line. Yes, the Urn of Shadows. Lion does have mana for Impale, and looks like Lion will take the fall. Yes, he does. Ending a killing spree is a nice job by Inma, so going to be able to regain some of his gold lost in these ganks. But Inma just having constant map awareness. Nicely done. I still need to know if this is an online tournament or a LAN tournament. I'm going to guess it was a online tournament because there was a remake. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend's being harassed quite heavily by this Rubik. Soul mid Rubik working out very nicely for the Filipino scene. And you see Shadow Rays was skill stolen. And that's going to be beautiful for Rubik. Going to be able to push the lanes very easily, pick up all the runes, and just control the lane against Shadow Fiend. Meanwhile, looks like Cao Cao picked up a kill on Biabas. Don't know how his solo Puck managed to do that. I guess Biabas was just playing too aggressively, and Puck was just able to cast a Dream Coil level 7 Puck with the bottle. So, nicely done by Cao Cao. Alright, voice, stop cracking. It makes me sound like I'm going through puberty. It's a little bit annoying, voice, come on. I thought we were buds. I guess not. This voice just wanted to screw me over all the time. Looks like Puck might be handled upon in the bottom lane, picked up the boost of speed, and is just continuously bottle crowing it up. Meanwhile, Fearon's going to teleport in for the Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend's just having a miserable time. But if CK gets enough farm, looks like he might pick up a kill on Rubik. No, Inma picks up another last hit. Inma is dominating, which is very nice for the Fearon this early on. Looks like he's going to go for an early Medallion of Courage just to amplify his physical damage output rather than any sort of Midas build. Let's see how much gold he has. He has 200 gold in the bank, so he's going to have him finish Medallion. I think if Fearon is doing this well, Hannah Midas might not be the worst call in the world. But right now you can see Queen of Pain just having a miserable time. Going to be trying to farm up against the line. Let's see Impale is going to get some last hits. Fissure is going to be chained, and Queen of Pain is in a little bit of trouble, but does have the blink just to escape. And so far Queen of Pain is just like, I need farm, guys. He's just on that farm fix, but he cannot find it anywhere. He ain't got no money to pay back his dealer. Illusory Orb just harassing Biabas. Biabas has picked up Ring of Health and with speed as Kofi is going to be chained with the waveform. Here comes Fearon with the teleport gank as Dreamcoil is dropped on 2 heroes, but Biabas managed to pick up another kill, so nicely done for the Sentinel side, and Biabas is going to be able to escape, has the bottle to regain all of the mana, or has the Ring of Health rather. So let's just check out the overall kill score, 5-6 in favor of ApplePark. But right now, Chaos Knight is doing much better than anticipated, at least by me. And he's farming very, very well. I like the strategy that they're using with the Chaos Knight, knowing that they won't go for very early roams. Early roams like Chaos Knight aren't too effective until he picks up a lot of levels and a lot of mana. So meanwhile, they're going to do a tower trade, going to trade this top tier 1 tower for the bottom tier 1 tower. The top tier 1 tower not too important to a map positioning just by the Sentinel, but the bottom tier 1 tower pretty important for the Scourge just because of that Roshan control. But still, it's going to be difficult for Shadow Fiend to get any sort of foothold in this game. Telekinesis and Fable are casted along with Shower Rays, and Lion's going to be able to motor out of there. Is there going to be a teleport in by the Fearon? No, looks like Fearon's going to save his wrath for another day. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend's just going to try to jungle it up. Has picked up Strength Treads, not going for any sort of items, but still, his farm could be worse. Everything could be worse. You could just be like down 1,500 to 0 and have 0 towers left. That would be the absolute worst case scenario. But still, that would be pretty difficult to do in the 10-minute mark. Meanwhile, Puck is going to try in Roman. He does have the Dream Call. Meanwhile, Lion, not yet level 6. Morphling has 815 HP. Will he cast a Dream Call? Get the silence? No. They're just going to usher away the Morphling. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain. No, no, that's just Biabas. I thought that was Chaos Knight versus Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain not even close to level 6 just yet. So, looks like this... what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the Lion will pick up level 6 before the Queen of Pain, which would be very, very nice for the ApplePark side. Getting an early Finger of Death means you can cast it much more often and just use that nuke to its fullest. I mean, early on, Finger of Death has a pretty long cooldown. It isn't until level 11, level 16 where it gets a short cooldown and it can really start making its money. But level 6 is when, of course, it's at its earliest on. And meanwhile, Earthshaker is going to get ganked on. Sprout, Medallion of Courage, doing a lot of damage. Is going to die to the Urn of Shadows. Yes, one more tick. And Inma picks up another kill, but a teleport in by Agent Y, and now we want to pick up a kill. Finger of Death already being used, so nice counter ganking. Hey, if Earthshaker dies and we kill the dominating or the mega kill Fearon, that's a worthy trade in my eyes. So ApplePark definitely showing their composure, and I think Badburn is the hottest Dota 1 team for the Filipino scene, so ApplePark is definitely showing their own. But still, it's going to be up to the mid-game where the Pinoy teams mark their mettle. Can ApplePark hold on? Looks like there's going to be a massive stun on the Morphling and Dream Call being casted. But unfortunately, Morphling did turn on the Morph, and he's going to be able to survive. It looks like Imma's going to teleport in. Are they going to kill the Puck? He phase shifts out of the way for now, and he's going to escape for now as Chaos Knight is going to try to run the heck out of there. Meanwhile, Puck is continuously phasing in and out of the fight. Cold Feet being dropped. Will Puck die? No, he's going to be able to escape. Phases the last hit. Is going to be able to lose our Orb, but Rubik's right there for the cleanup. Nice play by CHN. So, Badburn just in all the right positions with this very mobile lineup. But ApplePark, they picked up another tower. They have the tower lead and the tower goal. And still, this Chaos Knight is going to become very, very threatening. They couldn't kill the Chaos Knight, unfortunately. So, yeah, he's going to be pretty dangerous in the mid-game, and so is a Lion, for that matter. And the sooner Lion picks up his core, the sooner he can go for the Blink Dagger. And since Morphling and Queen of Pain are nowhere near close to finishing their Legion Sphere, I think it might be wise for ApplePark to just front off the Lion for a bit, just so he can just gank and provide a Holy Terror. And a ganking Lion with this Chaos Knight will only serve to protect your Shadow Fiend, who's had such a difficult time in the early game. Shadow Fiend is forced to jungle up, has picked up an Ogre Axe, which is actually an axe in this game. So, nice farm by Shadow Fiend just saying, hey, lane too hard, guys. I quit. So he's going to be able to farm in the jungle without too much fear of Nature's Prophet ganks, since there aren't too many offensive wards being placed this early on. Just this one ward, which of course cannot see this camp. Not really too sure why it was placed over there. Probably just a mix click by the Badburn squad. Let's just go to Scourge Vision very, very quickly. Any wards on the Scourge Vision? Nah, bro. No wards. No, there's this ward being played. It's going to identify a lot of avenues for escape and initiation, especially with the Nature's Prophet picking up an early medallion if he farms in with the jungle. As Sonic Wave is going to be casted, will Puck be able to escape? No, looks like Queen of Pain is going to be in for a world of hurt. Chain disables nicely. Queen of Pain is just going to die once more. And this is starting to become a reoccurring theme in the Filipino scene. Queen of Pain is just not having a good time, but meanwhile, Shadow Fiend is going to get set upon by the Furon once again. And as soon as Shadow Fiend poked his head away from the jungle, the ravenous swarm of the Badburn squad just went in with a vengeance. So Pacific.Badburn, they have 3 people in the mid lane. It looks like they're going to try to get a push going. They have pretty solid clip clearing ability. It looks like Rubik went for an early Yule Scepter. Not really too sure how I feel about that. It does chain nicely with the H9 version Cold Feet, as it looks like Camus, the Earthshaker, did fall in that exchange. Ice Blast is going to be casted, but Chaos Knight is just so techy. Vanguard and the Ogre Axe Meal Dream Coil being dropped on the Nature's Prophet, and this Chaos Knight is going to be very, very effective, but unfortunately he's attacking creeps, and he's constantly being slowed down. Puck's going to go on the offensive. Will he pick off Don, the H9 version player? No, looks like Bioboss picks up a double kill on the retreating end with the double damage rune. So nicely done by Biabas. And that's going to be an engage, and Morphling has picked up an Ultimate Orb, so he's going to be much closer to the Lincoln Sphere than I initially suspected. Just checking out the overall kills, 10 and 9 in favor of Badburn. Badburn is going to even up the tower count. So Badburn getting themselves back in the game. I think they were down for a little bit, but that nice double kill by Biabas and the fact that he's so close to Lincoln Sphere. Look what they get, chain stun off on the Morphling. Chaos Knight did not have too much mana, but Biabas did not feel like morphing at all. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain is going to be set on. Here comes the Hex and the Chaos Bolt. So did they get the deny off on the tower? I could not see. I think they did, or the Glaive Thrower picked it up. But either way, the nice recovery by ApplePark, and now they have a lot of heroes in mid lane to go for an early push. Just going back to the Yules, I mean, this is a very mobile Rubik made that fits the theme that Badburn is going to go for. They have phase boots as well. But still, Yule's first time is I'm not a huge fan of, especially if you're farming as well, as Puck just gets annihilated. Phase shift is a skill stolen by the Rubik. As he gets impaled, he dodges the impale nicely, kills another hero with the Fable, and now Earthshaker's just going to have to back the heck away. Queen of Pain, very low level, so Blake has a pretty long cooldown. And now the stun comes in. Earthshaker, why are you just standing in the trees? Now you're definitely screwed, as Furon teleports in with the Medallion of Courage. Will Chaos Knight fall? He's so very tanky, but does die for another last hit, as Badburn cleaning up momentum swings left and right. Meanwhile, Nevermore's just like, lane's too hard, guys. Gonna farm both jungles. Poor Nevermore. This Nevermore pick not working out at all. Just checking his overall score. He is 0-4. Not what you want from Nevermore. But still, if they can protect him, if he picks up a BKB, he'll be okay, I guess. But he really needs to pick up some sort of momentum, whether it be through tower kills or BKB is very close. It's on its way in the next 1,000 gold. So that's a nice pickup for the Nevermore once he gets that, and he'll be able to survive more ganks. He already has 1400 HP, but he's still dying in an instant because of Medallion of Courage, just doing so much more amplified damage. And the fact that Furion has so many charges on his own, always casting them offensively. And you can see Furion still no boots, gonna go for a 4-staff rather than any sort of boots. Has the Observer Wards as well, so in the support player for Badburn playing a very nice ganking Furion. But I think I'd like Furion to go for a bit more aggressive items, just because he's been performing so well. Picked up a Mega Kill early on, 6 assists as well. But still, the fact that he's a primary warder and the fact that he has just Staff of Wizardry, it's a little disappointing. I think when heroes get off to a good start, if you're not like a Crystal Main or I guess even a Lion, I'd rather you go for bigger items early on where they can become so much more effective. You know, CK picks up a Sanj, just gonna go for the Sanj and Yash to increase his overall move speed, and then later you can disassemble that. Manta Style, very powerful item on CK. Reality Rift just does so much damage in conjunction with that Manta Style. And of course, Heaven's Halberd, a very nice item to shut down the Morphling and disable Lincoln Sphere proc, should it come down to that. Meanwhile, there's gonna be a teleport gank. Nevermore just sees Freon poke his head in lane. He's just like, nah, screw that, guys. I'm out. Earthshaker has the arcane boots. I'm just gonna try to click through every hero. Puck picks up a Dagon. So I guess they're gonna go for a lot of burst damage, noticing that the Badburn squad is quite squishy. Man, that was a tongue twister. I sound like Roberta and Lewis's tongue twister thing, but still, Queen of Pain level 9, just a miserable experience for this Queen of Pain. Has been a lot of assists, 1-4-1, actually scratched that, has been no assists. Shadow Fiend's going to try to scare everybody away, has picked to the BKB, 1400 HP. Meanwhile, there was a gank in as Coco, the Puck player, managed to pick up a kill on the purple. Yes, on the purple, which I think was the Rubik. Yep. So that's going to shut down some of Rubik's early farm. Meanwhile, is there going to be any sort of ganks? Wrath of Nature just casted, so Badburn is going to split push it up, noticing that, okay, Scourge, pretty mobile, a lot of farm, pretty tanky as well since Shadow Fiend picked up a BKB. So we're just going to split push them, spread their forces. And will they pick off this tier 2 tower? Yes, they will for sure. Will Puck get the 9? No, he does not. And a lot of gold being granted to the Badburn squad, just getting their map control more and more in favor. As Morphling is just going to teleport LA. Reality Rift does not count until it teleports girls, only the Chaos Ball buddy. So it would have been nice if he casted that. And I think Chaos Ball has a shorter casting animation, especially since he's so close. As Shadow Fiend's going to get set up on by all the dogs as they bait out the Shadow Fiend. Requiem of Souls, not really the most useful ultimate in this case, just because everybody is so mobile. But still, Shadow Fiend trading a BKB charge for his life. Meanwhile, Badburn pretty much risked nothing, did not even drop any ultimate. So still overall a nice trade for the Badburn squad. Little trades like that still make a huge difference as Beaboss has a Lincoln Sphere is going to try to pick off this tier 2 tower. Puck's going to be allowed to hold. Waning Rift is stolen, so Puck is silenced for quite a bit. And Replica just scaring all the heroes back now. Puck Replica is just like the least threatening thing ever, because Puck is only as good as the spells take him. I thought he's pretty much useless. You know, Shadow Fiend's going to get ganked, but BKB is still on cooldown. Shadow Fiend is going to go for the Lilthar's Edge. So Badburn should start packing detection very, very soon. He just picked up the quarterstaff, so he still should be quite far away from finishing the Lilthar's Edge. Earthshaker, I want to check out your gold, buddy. 500 gold in the bank, still far away from the Blink Dagger. And one thing I like about the Pinoy scene is that, well, one of the many things I like about the Pinoy scene rather than just the unconventional heroes, but still, they are not afraid to give Earthshaker a fast Blink Dagger just because they know how much of an impact he can make early on. And it reminds me sort of how Mania plays a Shaker. Mania in every game he plays, no matter if he's primary support, bitch, or just the warder, or just having a miserable time, he always makes it goal to pick up the dagger by around the 25-minute mark where it can be most effective. Earthshaker ultimate always fares well at any stage in the game, but as the game goes on, as we approach the 15-minute mark, then the Earthshake ultimate will just do reduced damage. It's only as good for the chain stun. In the early game, Earthshake ultimates can pick up triple kills very, very easily. Meanwhile, Chaos Knight still hasn't made too much item progression. Chaos Knight is performing much better than expected. 1-1 in 5, so he's picked up a lot of assists. Meanwhile, Badburn might want to get a gank off on the Queen of Pain. Pretty low, has picked up a point booster just to give her some HP, so not going for the Lincoln Sphere, but a 4-man gank is being sat upon. Does Puck have a Blink Dagger? No, he has a Dagon Dream Coil going to be dropped. Puck drops the silence, and now Queen of Pain is just, she does not like that. She's into that bondage shit, but not like that. You do not want to be shackled by a Puck with the Dream Coil. It's pretty much like the least kinky thing, because Puck is a fairy dragon. You know, Rubik is scouting out for the Shadow Fiend. He's saying, Shadow Fiend, I want your souls, and killing you left and right, as Rubik Illusions are going to be killed. Offensive ward is being placed by both squads, but there is a sentry ward scouting out. So we'll see how Badburn decides to approach this. Queen of Pain, not going to be a noticeable impact at all. Has only just recently picked up a point booster, not even going for Lincolns, just because Lion will probably pick up the Blink Dagger. Let's check out Lion's farm. Oh man, I wish I had that item screen just so I could switch around the items much more easily. Lion, how far away are you from Blink Dagger, man? Very far away, to be precise. 1500 gold away from finishing that Blink Dagger. So still, the initiation won't be too threatening, but as long as Puck has a Dagon. Not really too sure why Puck went for Dagon, just to counteract some of Badburn's squishiness. But Firaun is going to teleport in, has picked up a Necro Book, so not going for the Force Staff at all. Still no boots, so he's going to have a lot of limited mobility. Puck taking a lot of damage. Here comes the Heck. Earthshaker drops a huge Echo Slam, but it doesn't hit much at all. Did Rubik steal the Echo Slam? That would be most unfortunate for the Earthshaker player. But it looks like Firaun is the first one to die. Unfortunate, as Puck managed to get away just barely in the nick of time. Meal Earthshaker gets Ice Vortex. He might die in return. Yes, here comes a Fissure Fade Ball being casted. So Earthshaker dropped the Echo Slam, then immediately probably cast another spell. Rubik stole the Fissure, which of course is still one of the best spells you can steal just because it's one of the best spells in the game. Meanwhile, the Morphling Replicate doing all of 50 damage to that tower. Dang. That tower was quivering in its boots if it had boots. That's all I can say. Morphling has gone, is going for the Mantis Cell, so Biabas has definitely picked up his farm. Just checking out Biabas very, very quickly. I wish I could see CS. He's going to be able to finish the Yasha pretty soon, or just go straight for Mantis Style, of course. Sorry. As looks like Queen of Pain just trying to take all the farm as possible, finding its level, and how'd she get an Ags? Dang. Queen of Pain has just been dying so much, it's still out of nowhere managed to fish an Ags. And I'm not really sure if I like this choice. I think an item, if you're giving so much farm to Queen of Pain, because she is getting a lot of farm, she hasn't picked up too many assists, hasn't picked up kills, is constantly losing gold on death. So that means she's forced to overfarm quite a bit. So I'm not really sure if I like this choice. It looks like Biabas got set upon in the middle lane by Lothar's Edge Shadow Fiend. Was there a Hex or a Silence? No, I guess they just bait out the waveform. As meanwhile, there's going to be Scourge teleports in for defending this tier 2 tower. It is in deny range, so Badburn has to make a decision, defend, or they will not go. No, it looks like Nevermore just charges in, not fearing for anything. He's still Medallion of Courage. Meanwhile, Dreamcoil catches 2 heroes. The heroes split up. It looks like Shadow Fiend might take the first fall. Dagon being dropped as LRKZ manages to kill the Rubik, and Tane manages to pick off Agent Y, the Lion player, but now Chaos Knight is doing what he does best. Gonna chase down and hunt down every hero with his incredible mobility. Critical strike being dropped, and Fionn will take the fall. Meanwhile, Ancient Apparition, why are you sticking around? Why are you sticking around? Now it's sure if I like the choice. Another Medallion of Courage being picked up by the Ancient Apparition. Looks like they picked up a kill on the puck nonetheless, and now Earthshaker and Chaos Knight might be in a little bit of trouble. No, here comes the Shadow Fiend back with a vengeance. He has a double damage rune. The attack did not do anything, and Queen of Pain is going to be able to escape just fine. She does have the blink, but still, 2 for 2. The tower's in deny range, and no, 3 for 2 if you count Morphling's death. So overall, a nice exchange for ApplePark. ApplePark definitely showing some composure in the mid game. Gonna be able to bait Badburn into team fights. Not that they were expecting. His Earthshaker was just caught in the middle of nowhere. Pick up an easy kill on Queen of the Pain, and that's gonna be the end of that. But yeah, just to go back to my Queen of Pain thought. She's dying so much. She hasn't picked up too many assists. She hasn't picked up too many kills. So I'm not really too sure if Aghanims is really the best first item just for her. I'd rather she pick up some sort of team item, maybe a Yule Scepter or a Hex, or try to build towards Hex at the very least, or even Drums. That'll give her some survivability and give her team nice auras. Aghanims, it's not really too effective until you get to that level 16. At with the level 11 ultimate, still a 70-second cooldown, which isn't that bad, but still pretty long cooldown to be messing with. And Aghanims will not increase your overall. Well, it does increase your survivability, but it won't really help your team that much. And considering it's a very expensive item for an item that takes so much farm, and all it does is improve your ultimate. And if Queen of Pain was picking up a lot of kills, I'd like the Aghanims more as a first item, but this Queen of Pain has just not been very effective at all. But still, she did not die. No, she did die in that last engagement by the cleanup by the Earthshaker and the Shadow Fiend. As looks like control was taken away. Maybe somebody was messing with their controls. Meanwhile, what will Badburn decide to do? They have one more tower to take. Meanwhile, they have a lot of map control. They have 4 towers left for them, but still they're losing out in terms of kills. Probably losing out in terms of overall just surviving teamfights, just because the Scourge heroes are getting very tanky. Earthshaker did not die in the last engagement. Still 500 gold, so I guess he's just been warding it up constantly. So it's not going to pick up the Blink Dagger anytime soon. Meanwhile, Nevermore has not had the impact either, but still 3 and 4, so he's definitely picked up, was 0-4 and 1, and now he's BKB, so can stride a bit more confidently into the midst of all of the Sentinel heroes and just bait out some spells. Will they go for a gank on this Nevermore? Rubik wants it. He has a BKB as well, so is going to be uninterrupted, going to steal a lot of spells, cast them. Not really sure if BKB on Rubik is the best call either. 3,900 gold for a hero that you don't really... I guess they're going to count on Biabas sticking with their team more often. So Rubik with the BKB is probably a smart choice in that regard. Just so that, okay, you can focus on the Rubik, he has BKB, you can focus on the Morphling, he has a Morph. So, I mean, just go for other heroes instead. Other heroes who are not as important, like the Ancient Apparition, who's pretty much ineffective. But Ancient Apparition, trademark Badburn style, taking up with the Bracers. With the Medallion of Courage, going to increase the physical damage output. Meanwhile, Morphling is finished the Mantis style, so now we'll see what item he goes for. Will he go for Ethereal Blade? I would not recommend it. Not too much follow-up magical damage aside from the Queen of Pain Sonic Wave. Rubik Fable, I guess Ethereal Blade would help in terms of that regard, but still, I mean, the Scourge heroes are getting pretty tanky themselves. Earthshaker, 1000 HP, so you could still one-shot him. Chaos Knight, very tanky. Sanjay Yasha being finished. Lion. Alright, Ethereal Blade might not be the worst choice if you can farm it quickly enough. A little bit confused because I don't have the items just to pull down at a moment's notice. Such a very, very useful thing, but unfortunately not implemented. One of the things in Dota 1 which I wish they had in... One of the things in Dota 2 which I wish they had in Dota 1 is Fion just gets completely owned by the Nevermore. Popped the Necrobook as well, so he's going to give up free gold to the Nevermore. Not really too sure why he popped the Necrobook. He was like, alright Nevermore, you can kill me for free gold? Here, have some more. Imma making a bit of a questionable decision in my honest opinion right there. So we will see how this next team fight will be taken. Replicate going to be ganked upon. Will they go on the offensive knowing that Nevermore popped the BKB and the ultimate? For that, I do not think they should because Fion is such a useful hero to split push while you're pressuring other lanes, but it looks like they might go on the offensive nonetheless. Nevermore does not have a teleport scroll. He has one, so he can just swap the bottle in. Earthshaker, Chaos Knight is going to initiate on the Rurik, pops a Phantasm. Looks like the Morphling Replicate is just going to stay in one place. Ice Blast is being dropped. Already baited out the Phantasm. Going to do a bit of regen as Fion respawns. Will he teleport in for this team fight? Looks like the Morphling is going to apply a lot of pressure to mid tower. Did not succeed in doing some of that, but still the threat in mind of the Morphling is there nonetheless. Fion's going to teleport in. No, he cancels it. He's going to teleport bottom instead. And now I think Badburn, it would be wise for them back up. Morphling gets hexed, and that's it. But still, ApplePark are not able to break the siege just yet. Dreamcold being dropped on 3 heroes. Puck managed to escape just by the skin of his teeth. Chaos Knight going to go on the offensive. Drops Chaos Fall as well. Does not have too much mana to follow up, but might be able to pick off the ancient for Shenanigans unless the burst damage by the Sentinel side is just becoming too big of a factor. Chaos Knight's going to back off. Queen of Pain so very low HP, and now Rurik's going to be the first casualty in this long drawn-out team fight. No, Don was the ancient apparition. Do not know how he died, but Morphing is just going to go on the offensive with the help of the Fion and the Necrobook. But Lions is going to get a beautiful impale, stunning everybody, and I think they'll be able to defend this tier 3 tower as well. It's going to take hefty damage. Yes, the Morphing was forced to retreat. So still 2-0 in that exchange. ApplePark showing a lot of grit and a lot of composure. Most teams would break under the split push pressure of a Morphling and a Furion, but ApplePark just showed their composure, and really I think it's going to be counted on the back of the Chaos Knight just pouring very well. And now he's able to stand the ground, just able to take so much damage. Morphling is going to get silenced. Will he cast more? For now he's going to be able to just run out of there. Dagon being casted, just easily absorbed by the Morphling. And now Earthshaker picks up Blink Dagger, pretty huge. If there are a lot of trees, he can instantly clear them off, and looks like there's a little bit of friendly banter. This leads me to believe that this is in fact an online tournament, as Chaos Bolt 4-second stun going to be dropped in Queen of Pain. Not really too sure how this Queen of Pain is playing, as Puck is going to phase the waveform. One more hit with the help of the Furion, Nature's Wrath, going to be able to pick up the kills. Chaos Knight going to go on the offensive for the Furion. How much mana does he have? A lot. Easily going to kill off the Furion as well. And now Badburn is starting to crumble a bit. The ApplePark is going to break the siege very easily. It looks like a Replicate is going to be casted. No, he's going to go on the offensive with the Chaos Knight. He's going to get cold feeded as well. No, he's not going to get cold feeded. Yes, he does, as Lion is the first one to fall. Chaos Knight taking a lot of damage, as Rurik with the BKB doing huge amounts of damage. Nice recovery by Badburn. Managed to kill 4 heroes in the next stage, and now they're going to go on the offensive. Unfortunately, Inma is dead. He does not have enough money for buyback, so Badburn, they're going to be able to kill the tier 3 tower, but I do not think they'll be able to kill anything else. Earthshaker will respond with the ultimate very, very soon. And maybe they won't even clip the tier 3 tower, because here comes the Nevermore BKB ultimate. Here it comes. Going to drop a huge ultimate. Going to be able to bring down Ancient Apparition very, very easily. Nicely done by the Nevermore player. It's unstoppable after that miserable start. And now Nevermore's impact going to be felt. And hey, Nevermore's still a very scary late game hero. Passive minus armor, very, very useful in any stage of the game. As Puck is going to chase him off and just saying, "Get out of here, you big water glob. You're not wanted around here." Meanwhile, Blade of Lacquer, Yasha being picked up by the Morphling. Looks like he's going to go for Sanjin Yasha, as Puck decided to go Mani and Mano against Morphling, but Morphling has a double damage, and meanwhile Furion's going to teleport in just to protect his Morphling in case there are any pursuers, but Puck gave up his life pretty much for free. Morphling has a killing spree, and I need to breathe. Has 46 kills, 22 to 24, but still, it's pretty surprising considering Badburn, they still have 4 towers up. No, Shadow Fiend did take that tier 1 tower. They still have 3 towers up, which is more than the ApplePark team can say. No, they still have 4 towers. Learn to count, people. Oh, God. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jeez. Meanwhile, this Morphing is just becoming bigger and bigger problem. How will Badburn be able to kill these late game carries in the form of the Shadow Fiend and the Chaos Knight? That will remain to be seen. Looks like Badburn, they're just going to go a bit, try to get this middle tier 3 tower at the very least. I think once they get that, they'll just back up because Earthshaker should have the ultimate cooling down very, very soon. We all Nevermore going to drop the raises, the illusions, the Mantis Illusion is going to be killed as Wrath of Nature going to be dropped. Will they kill the Lion very, very soon? Yes, they do, in a one shot pretty much. Earthshaker drops a huge Echo Slam, but it is BKB nicely by the Rubik, but he is still the first hero on the Sentinel side to die. And now Badburn has to back up. I do not like Badburn just constantly sieging the aggressive point of, or the strong point of the ApplePark defense, as Shadow Fiend's going to take a lot of damage on the back of the Morphling. He's going to die. No, he pops the Magic Wand, and he might be able to escape. Will Ice Blast be cast? Queen of Pain going to go back in. He might be able to pick up a kill. One more hit by Mid-Island Courage. Will he die to the Shadow Strike? He might just die. No, he has Magic Wand. Unfortunately, I think it was on cooldown. Queen of Pain going to clean up the Tier 3 tower. Badburn, they just want this tower so very badly. Looks like Puck may just clean up the Ancient Apparition. Dream Coil was dropped, and Puck is in a lot of trouble. Will he be able to blink out? He does not have a Blink Dagger, so Puck is just going to try to run away. He does die on the back of Morphling, but still, the Chaos Knight managed to assassinate a hero, and Morphling is going to be the next one to die. Nice defense, just overcoming the constant barrage of spells by Badburn, as somehow Inma died. So Badburn, now I think they're starting to worry. They're seeing, okay, Morphling was on... No, Shadow Fiend died, so he bought back, so they wasted a bit of gold on Shadow Fiend. But still, Chaos Knight is becoming a huge issue. Very difficult to bring down this hero at this point in the game. Psst, just constantly whispering in your ears before you die. And now he's picked up the Mithril Hammer. What will he go for now? Will they go for Roshan? Gonna try to push out the Creep Equilibrium. I think they should just take off this middle tier 1 tower. It would be very easy. But no, I guess they're just going to push in. 3 heroes are dead. They want to take the Roshan pretty much uninterrupted, and they will be able to do that. They can pretty much get the middle tier 1 tower at will, because the creep wave is pushing in. And who will pick up the Aegis? It will probably be the Shadow Fiend, just because Chaos Knight is so difficult to bring down. What will Chaos Knight make with his Mithril Hammer? Well, PKB, of course. What else would he make? I guess a Deso. But still, Shadow Fiend picks up the Aegis, and now Badburn have to be feeling a little bit uneasy. They've been able to take off the Tier 3 tower, but still have not been able to do too much damage to the barracks, and they're constantly losing their Morphling, they're constantly losing their Rubik, and their Queen of Pain was not had nearly the impact that they'd hoped for. So how will Badburn decide to take this? Will they go for the split pushing route? I don't know, because now the Earthshaker has a Blink Dagger, he can be able to maneuver himself into position much easier. He's going to pick up a Force Staff as well, or maybe a Necrobook. Staff Wizard is such a deceptive item. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend has a lot of mobility on the back of that Lothar's Edge. Picks up an Eagle Horn, will go for a Butterfly, gonna be able to dodge a lot of engagements just on the back of that. Might even go for a Ethereal Blade, not really too sure at this point in time. Does Puck have a Blink Dagger? Puck has a Blink Dagger, then split pushing would not be too big of an option. Earthshaker blinks in with a Fissure. Will they get the chain off? Yes, Queen of Pain dies once again, and the gem is dropped as well. Will the Badburn squad pick up the gem? Yo, guys. Yes, they pick up the gem. And now Badburn are in a lot of trouble. ApplePark, the upstarts, they make a huge upset very early on and show that, hey, GST July, we gotta watch out for these Apple guys, man. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, except an ApplePark a day will bring the pain to you. That was so horrible. Meanwhile, Reality Rift is going to be cast on Ancient Apparition. 4 seconds done. Ancient Apparition is just going to melt in a couple more attacks. And Pale going to be cast for the last hit. Does Lion have Blink Dagger? No, Lion playing the primary support to roll. And it's so easy for the ApplePark guys to kill off towers. Many illusions going to be sent in. They're going to kill this tier 3 tower and might even be able to pick up the middle barracks, because unfortunately for the Badburn squad, they will be able to push in. Will they just backdoor and switch for the middle lane themselves? Now the creeps are in there, but still they're going to give up a middle barracks nonetheless. And now Fear is not even going to risk fighting. Morphling is just going to attack this tier 3 tower instead. I'd rather the Furion with the Necrobook illusions and the Morphling just go on this barracks. But still, ApplePark take a barracks for free pretty much. Eul's Scepter and Telekinesis is going to be dropped, teleporting right in front of the base. Not the smartest decision. Casting Enchant Totem before it can be stolen. So nicely done by the Earthshaker. Morphling is sticking around, might be sticking around for a little bit too long. Will Lion die? Hex Morphling is going to do a lot of damage once she gets waveform up. Replicates to the Lion, one more hit. Adaptive Strike doing 450 damage with a 10-second cooldown. Pretty ridiculous, as Inma managed to pick up the kill with the Wrath of Nature. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend's going to duke it out as the Courier is killed angrily by the Badburn squad, but still Morphling is going to be in a lot of trouble, going to die to Psst and the Shadow Fiend, who are doing huge amounts of damage. Meanwhile, this top tier 3 tower just barely below half HP, not much damage being pumped out through that end. And now, what can Badburn do? Queen of Pain picks up an Ultra Orb. Will this be a Lincoln's? Late game Lincoln's not very useful whatsoever. No, this is going to be for a Hex. Derp. Ultra Orb, of course, like a Staff of Wizardry, just goes into so many items. Sometimes my brain does not move as fast as my mouth. Oftentimes commentators have that problem. Still, gotta think about it. Of course it's going to be for a Hex. Lincoln Sphere will not be too useful at this stage in the game. They need some sort of disable to keep down the Chaos Knight, but Chaos Knight should have BKB by this point. Puck has a Blink Dagger, so going to be able to counter split pushing a lot in that regard. Fourth step going to be picked up by the Earthshaker like I predicted. One of the few predictions that worked, that Butterfly going to be picked up as well by the Shadow Fiend, doing huge amounts of damage. Might even be time to sell the Lothars and get a Helm of the Dominator. But the Pinoys do love their Lothar's Edge. Meanwhile, Dawn manages to kill Calcal, the Ancient Apparition, or the Puck, which is a small victory. Does Puck have buyback? I do not think so. So Puck will be dead for the next 60 seconds. What can Badburn do in this time? Still no Boots for the Fear and Necro 3. And again, I think if he just went for an early on damage item, looks like he's going to trap himself with the worst hero he could trap himself with, the Shadow Fiend, as Shadow Fiend's going to take a lot of damage, but he does have the Aegis more. Will he go on the offensive for the Rubik? No, he's just going to back away, not even bothering to use a BKB charge. So LRKZ coming back in this game with a vengeance after being harassed so very early on. So Shadow Fiend performing much better than the Queen of Pain in that regard, because of course he has agility aura, he has a skill that still scales well in the late game in the form of his presence of the Dark Lord, and can pump out ridiculous amount of damage. Hey, free Sacred Relic and some in the form of Necromastery. So Shadow Fiend performing as well much better, even though he was harassed quite similarly to the Queen of Pain. And right now you can see a lot of gold being stocked up by the Rubik and by the Queen of Pain, but unfortunately Morphling is not saving up gold. What did he pick up? He picks up the Sage and Yasha himself. Okay, it'll give him some survivability. It'll give him some... Won't give him any move speed, because he already has Manta. Give him some slow. Not too sure about this choice, Beavos. Not too sure. Weird items in this game. What more can I say? Looks like Ice Blast gonna hit. Lion's just gonna die in the blink of an eye. Manages to drop an Impale at the very least. Will he escape? No, he does die to the Shatter by Dawn, as Chaos Knight is just gonna get out of there. 10-second cooldown on the Adaptive Strike. Still too long to kill the Chaos Knight as he retreats out of there. Tower being taken quite easily. Puck just gonna blink out, constantly trolling the Badburn squad. Will Badburn be able to push in? Replicate is not with the Badburn team, so they cannot take a team fight. Meanwhile, four of the ApplePark heroes are just gonna stroll on in, say, take a team fight. I dare you. I double dare you. Earthshaker just cackling to himself in the background. He does have the blink there, so if Badburn does decide to go aggressive, they're gonna have to eat an Echo Slam and a lot of chain stuns to their face. So, Morphling, SNY, what are you doing? BKB, better item. Enough said. Meanwhile, Fioran's is going to get hit over and over again. Easy kill for the Morphling. Picked up Boots of Travel. Nice item purchase. And sold the bottle finally. Will he go for a lifesteal now? It might be a good choice, but still the mobility of Lothar's Edge cannot be underestimated, especially in conjunction with the Boots of Travel. It'll give him Shadow Fiend around 450, 470 move speed. Meanwhile, the Replicate's doing a bit of damage, but still they will not be enough to kill this Rax. As Mandrain going to be casted on the illusions, which can dispel immediately, along with Hex. Does Mandrain automatically dispel illusions? Not too sure. I mean, we just saw that it didn't. Well, I know Life Drain automatically does, and we know Hex automatically kills illusions. But still, now Morphling is going to get Chain Stun. Lincoln Sphere being procced, and now Morphling is starting to morph into strength. He will be able to escape just fine unless he goes for a kill. No, Chaos Knight is coming in from the rear. Has BKB himself, but now he'll probably start to disassemble the Sage and Yasha for the Heaven's Halberd and Mantis Dial. Going for that route. If Morphling does go for Sage and Yasha, I'd rather he didn't pick up a Mantis Dial versus Shadow Fiend's just going to take a huge amount of damage. Ice Blast is going to be casted as well, but Shadow Fiend's just like, okay, I have an Aegis. You just used a lot of spells on me, and you won't be able to kill me a second time. And now you're just saying, hey, you freed up an item slot. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. And the Aegis, of course, was expiring in about 2 minutes. So, ApplePark are quite happy with that victory. Will they be able to kill the Morphing Replicates? Yes, they will. Every victory is a victory. Dang, deep stuff. Shadow Fiend is just going to teleport in, has picked up a Helm of Dominator. Now that he's relieved of that troublesome Aegis, he's going to be able to lifesteal, increase his survivability by a huge amount. Might even be time to sell his BKB to get a new one. No, still 6 seconds up, as Queen of Pain just going to cast Sonic Wave, but it's going to be on cooldown for the next 35 seconds or so. Puck's going to blink in Earthshake with a huge initiation, going to be able to kill the Ancient Apparition in the blink of an eye. Rubik did not even have time to cast BKB. Ancient Apparition still surviving, had a Ghost Scepter. Looks like he'll be able to escape, but still 1 or 2 for 1. I think, who bought back? Do not know who bought back. But still, easy backs being picked up by the ApplePark squad. Beautiful initiation by the Earthshaker and the Puck. And now Badburn are just falling apart. Do not see. And it's very, very surprising to see ApplePark, a team pretty much out of nowhere. Meanwhile, defeating Badburn, the 2-time winners of the GMPGL. Although I do not know if they won the last GMPGL. I do not know if they even participated. But they won GMPGL 4.4 and 4.5. They won the last GST June. I don't think I've cast a replay where Badburn's lost. So still, very, very surprising to see them just fall apart against this ApplePark squad. And I think this is the right way how you should play a Chaos Knight. Don't run with him so much. Treat him as a carry. Farm him up a bit. And then, in the mid game where he becomes such a heavy ganker with a decent amount of mana to work with, then you can do some roaming. But still, do not be afraid to give your Chaos Knight farm. And I think ApplePark realized this. They farmed in the jungle just to keep the Shadow Fiend safe. Morphling is going to get replicated and hexed. Critical strikes being dropped to left and right as Morphling pops. And ApplePark is just going to go on the offensive. And still, I do not think Inma will start out 5-1-6. Just check out the score now. Just recently picked up boot speed 7-8. So it's gone 2-7 since then. And I don't think picking up a Staff of Wizardry and Urn with all that kills and assists was a smart choice. If Furon's doing that well, you do not want to treat him like a ward bitch. I'd rather the Queen of Pain be treated as a ward bitch than a Furon. Just because Furon can just push the lanes and make it so difficult for the other team to expect it. But Inma, such a really, really strong support player. I do not know if his way of Furon is playing the right way. So, yeah, they should stick to supports. Meanwhile, Adaptive Strike doing just a chunk of damage to the Chaos Knight, but he's just like, lol. And he has 2400 HP remaining. Cast a Phantasm. Will he cast... No, he doesn't have Manta Style just yet. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend does have the Manta Style and Satanic, so it's going to be able to survive a lot in these two fights. Meanwhile, if Badburn decides to clump up, Earthshaker is just waiting in the wings with a huge Echo Slam along with the Puck, Blink Dagger, Dream Coil. And Puck is just becoming such a strong hero in the Filipino scene. Puck might be the most successful hero these days, just because he's able to shut down so many heroes with his silence to keep them in place with the Dream Coil. And I think it might be time to start banning Puck, in all honesty, not even trolling. Puck has just become such a useful hero in these engagements. So, if you're going for a spell-heavy lineup with a lot of mobility, you might consider banning the Puck, because he shuts down mobility options and he shuts down a lot of the spell spammers with the Waning Rift. Meanwhile, everything's dying. I was lost for words a bit there, as Badburn are gonna die. Yahoo being called by Agent Y. Happy to take down the defending GEST champions. We'll see if ApplePark can do similarly. Orange is not in the GST this year. I do not know if ApplePark has replaced them, or Orange won't be in the next 2 GSTs because they are training in Dota 2. Very, very hard for the International 2 coming up. Meanwhile, the Pinoys, none of them are invited to International 2, so I have no qualms about holding back in Dota 1. So, GG is going to be called. Haha, being thrown around a lot. Sponge Cola. Heavy, heavy burn, Sponge Cola, dang. GG Idol is the call by Agent Y. That's cute. That's adorable. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend pops Satanic. Oh look, he's at full HP. Pretty cool. Meanwhile, the tree dies at the end. The file score screen sticks up. Normally I'd leave up this file score screen more and just go into the in-game analysis, but I think I said in my piece, Rubik played well. I saw mid Rubik. I think he played admirably. Age Apparition did pretty much all he could. Biabas made questionable M decisions, in my opinion. Sanjay and Yasha, not really the best M decision. Furon, I think he could have played better, made better item choices himself. Only 97 CS, really? As a Furon? Really? And Queen of Pain is just not working out. I think it might be time to put Queen of Pain in the solo mid position where she can have more mobility to work with rather than solo top lane where it's so susceptible to ganks. If they do go into solo top position, I think she might start considering leveling up Blink over her other skills. But still, Queen of Pain, very effective hero nonetheless. Shadow Fiend, brilliant decision making after the laning phase. Lothar's edge was just never countered by the Badburn squad. As soon as Queen of Pain picked up a gem, she immediately lost it. And so going into the jungle, right call by LRKZ, but I do think the MVP of this game does have to go to the Chaos Knight, even though his record does not indicate, just knew how to farm, knew how to tank a lot of the damage, and Lion did a beautiful job roaming on. Earthshaker, after a rocky start, did his piece. Puck, Dagon, questionable, but still did his job nonetheless. So overall, nicely played by ApplePark, and we will see them in the grand finals against MSI Evo GT in the MSI Overdrive, and I will probably be bringing you those series. So as always, please keep supporting me. Spread the word that I'm still casting Dota replays very, very frequently. So again, thank you all for watching. Subscribe, follow me on Facebook. Follow my stream, Twitch TV/bbond773. I'd appreciate that. A great amount. I stream 2 to 3 times a week, and my schedule is there. So again, thank you all for watching, and have a fantastic day.